الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضى. يا ربي لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له، واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله، بلغ الرساله وادى الامانه ونصح الامه وكشف الله به الامه وجاهد في سبيل ربه حتى أتاه اليقين. فاللهم اجزه عنا وعن والدينا وعن الإسلام والمسلمين خير ما جزيت به نبيا عن قومه ورسولا عن أمته. اللهم أحينا على سنته وتوفنا على ملته وأوردنا حوضه واسقنا من يده الشريفة شربة هنيئة لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. ثم أما بعد. My dear respected brothers and sisters, I want today to elaborate on a point that I mentioned briefly in the Eid khutbah, knowing that many of you were not here. So it's very relevant to the beginning of the academic year very soon, which is planning for the future of our generation, or thinking about the coming generations. I just talked about Ibrahim alayhi salam and how he repeatedly made dua not only for himself but also for the generations to come. Ibrahim alayhi salam was very aware, very concerned about the generations to come. He asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make him one of those who establish prayer. And he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also to make his descendants, his children, offsprings, also among those who establish prayer. رَبِّ جَعَلْنِي مُقِيمَ الصَّلَاةِ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي. رَبِّ جَعَلْنِي مُقِيمَ الصَّلَاةِ. Make me among those who pray regularly. One of the pillars of Islam. And وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي. He also prayed for his dhurriyyah to be a dhurriyyah that established prayer. He prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all his good deeds when he built Al-Kaaba. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Ya Allah, accept from us, you are as-Sami' al-Alim. But he also, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, prayed for the generations to come. When he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send among them, the coming generations, a messengers from among themselves who will recite to them your ayat and teach them the book and wisdom and purify them. That's called strategic dua or visionary dua. Ibrahim alayhi salam was very much, of course, concerned and engaged with the social, political, religious affairs in his time, but he alayhi salatu wasalam was a visionary person. He was thinking about the coming generation. He's concerned about them. He wants to be part of the future making, if you want, for his children and for generations to come. And we know that between Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, for thousands of years. And his dua was accepted, and his dua was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He asked Allah to send among them, among themselves, a messenger who would recite the ayat of Allah, teach them the book, the wisdom, and purifies them. And Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِنِّي عِنْدَ اللَّهِ لَخَاتَمَ النَّبِيِّينَ وَإِنَّ آدَمْ لَمُنْجَدِلٌ فِي طِينَتِهِ. I am with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Allah's knowledge, the Khatam al-Anbiya wal-Mursaleen, while Adam was still in the clay stage. And the beginning of my prophethood was the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam and the bushra of Isa alayhi salam. Dua of Ibrahim that I just mentioned, and the bushra of Isa who said to the Bani Israel, وَمُبَشِّرًا بِرَسُولٍ يَأْتِ مِنْ بَعْدِي اسْمُهُ أَحْمَدٍ. The da'wah of Ibrahim and the bushra of Isa is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But the point I want to make here, I want to emphasize, is the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Think about it. If you want to make a dua for the coming generations, the coming 100, 200, 300, 500 years here in America, what kind of dua would we make? Have you thought about this? Think about it today. Choose a dua. Choose a dua. What would be this dua? What kind of generations that we want to or hope that will exist 2 or 3 or 500 years from now, who are all forgotten? Can our dua be as effective? Yes, of course, it's proven. In the Quran, the dua of the righteous person, Khalil of Ar-Rahman, Ibrahim alayhi salam, his sincere dua was accepted. You never know, maybe the dua that comes from sincere hearts today will be effective 200 years from now. We never know. So what kind of da'wah will we make? What kind of generation can we imagine that we really want to see? Of course, it does not only work with dua, it has to also accompany it by hard working. So Ibrahim was a hard-working person. He sacrificed so much, but he also made a dua for the future of Islam. And similarly, brothers and sisters, we also need to be visionary. We need to, of course, to be concerned about what's happening now and here, but we also have to plan for the future. We have to prepare the future for our children and the grandchildren and great-grandchildren. This is what we know from our Quran and from our scriptural sources. Rasulullah was also concerned about those who will come after. He was concerned that maybe they may misunderstand my sunnah, so they make their life difficult. That's why he did not lead Taraweeh prayer. He said, I'm afraid that people will think that it is a must, so I'm not going to do it. He was concerned about the coming generations. And he said, I wish I've seen my brothers. They said, Ya Rasulullah, are we not your brothers? He said, you are my companions, you are my ashab, but I wish I've seen my brothers, those who will come after me. Those who will not see me, but they will read the book, and they will be eager to follow my sunnah. We are here 1400 years after Rasulullah and we mention him every single day of our life. We seek guidance from the Quran that he delivered to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and from his example. So brothers and sisters, the point I want to make here is clearly that we need to be not only concerned about what happens now, but we should also give some thought and concern about what will happen in the future and what contribution can we make for the coming generation. Alhamdulillah, Islam is growing rapidly, quickly. That's very well observed and documented. But with this growth, we need also to have a qualitative growth, not only quantity, but quality. We need to have good visions and good programs and good steps towards building this future. If every generation gave some contribution, the next generation can build on it, and so on and so forth. This is how it works. This is how it works. But if we use all our resources, our thoughts, our energy in serving our immediate need, then what are we going to leave for our generations, the coming generations? We have to create this balance between the immediate need now, what we need now, and what we will need in the future. And there's no wonder that Ismail alayhi salam, the son of Ibrahim alayhi salam, was also kind of engaged in this kind of thinking and practice. Allah praised Ismail alayhi salam because he used to enjoin his people, pray and give zakah, and was his Lord pleasing. كان يأمر أهله بالصلاة والزكاة وكان عند ربه مرضيا. Used to enjoin on his people prayer and zakat, the pillars of the deen. What do we need to do? There are plenty of things we can do, but it's proven true and effective that we must build institutions, not only individuals' efforts. We are in a country that really respects groups, movements, lobbies, institutions. The effect of an institution is much greater than the effect of an individual. Sometimes they turn individual superstars, charismatic people into institutions. But we know Islam encourages us to build a kind of leadership that's based on collective effort, building institutions. Individuals come and go. Institutions stay longer and can be much more effective. And that's why we are growing. We are growing here in this community, alhamdulillah, and we need to continue to grow. And that's why we are expanding our buildings, and hopefully we can also expand our programs. And our youth need our more attention. I understand that we all are in agreement that we need really to pay more attention to our youth, which is a very appropriate and right thing to do. So as part of this, inshallah, we are going to start a new program that I encourage all of you, parents and high school students, to be part of. Alhamdulillah, we have Saturday school, Sunday school much older than Saturday school. But some community members came up with an idea of establishing Saturday school. And some were kind of hesitant to do that. But alhamdulillah, it works. It works fine. We have, mashallah, wonderful activities on Sunday, every Saturday. And we have MYGD, Muslim Youth Organization, here in IAGD. And we have many other activities going on, but we need to do more. And inshallah, in the coming few weeks, we will announce this in more details, this Muslim Youth Program that I personally will be part of it. It will be a comprehensive program, not only educational. To be educational and also full of other activities, fun activities, sports, games, camps, field trips, life skills. We will invite the most expert people in different and various activities to come and educate our youth about programming, politics, law, community service, and so on and so forth. To be a comprehensive program, we need really to have this kind of programs here in our community and almost everywhere around the country. This is how can we attract our youth not only to come to listen to lectures, but also to be part of a bigger programs. To have fun, to build social network, to be part and parcel of this community, to have their own space, and importantly, to build this relationship with Muslim scholars. I know and you know what kind of questions our youth have. Not the question that we used to have when we were young. They have totally different kind of tough and difficult questions. And if we do not provide this space where they can feel comfortable to ask the real questions, not to keep it in their mind, not to seek answer from Google or from somewhere else. We need to talk about real issues. Issues that sometimes, sons and daughters feel discomfortable discussing with their parents. Maybe they need to come here and talk. And I tell you, as an instructor at Auckland University, I'm teaching undergraduate students, and many of them are Muslims, and you'll be surprised about the little knowledge they have about Islam, and misinformation they have about Islam, and very shallow understanding of Islam. So we really need to have not only an emotional approach, but we also need to have an intellectual approach to Islam. How can we make Islam relevant to our time and day? How can we understand the answers that Islam provides to the philosophical, deep, tough, social, and religious and theological questions? We need to have to bring these things up. We need to provide this space where our youth would come and feel comfortable discussing these urgent questions. We have nothing to hide. And alhamdulillah, Islam is a wonderful, wonderful, rational religion. We don't hide from things. We have to give the right answer, and we have to think, and have to learn how to think. I grew up in Egypt, as you all know, and the educational system based on memorization. We have to memorize things. We have to study opinions, whatever opinions your teacher tells you, you have to adopt this opinion without daring to ask or to use any critical thinking. That's a sin there, right? You ask why? No. Question why is not allowed. What and how? Yeah, it's okay. But why? Our kids ask why. They go to public school, they teach them how to ask why. About the basic, fundamental issues in our faith. They ask why. Why these things happen this way in Islam? Why does Islam prohibit this? Why does Islam make this obligatory? What is the purpose? What is the rationale behind this? One of the main goals of any educational process is to instill some values in our youth. One of these values is confidence. They should have this confidence, feel confident that I'm Muslim, I have my own standing, I respect all other people, but I'll be very happy to discuss my standpoint regarding any issues, because I am comfortable with what I have. We need to provide these kind of programs, this kind of confidence to our youth, to feel comfortable to discuss tough issues, and to have an idea about these subjects. Not to always feel that they are in the defensive. They are just trying to hide. People discuss things tonight, just keep it because I'm embarrassed to talk about it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. That's the good news. The bad news is that we are still in this mood of memorizing. And there's no answer to why. So hopefully, inshallah, this program will be a success. It, of course, will be a success because of your support, your effort. Inshallah, this will start sometime in this September, late September, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, every Friday night. We chose Friday because we believe Friday night is perhaps the most suitable day for or time for our high school students. They will come here to listen to perhaps a half an hour speech, followed by Q&A, which I hope will be as helpful. And then we'll have a lot of fun activities, pizzas, sports programs, and video games, and watch some useful movies, and so on and so forth. So I'm working very closely with the educational committee, the youth committee, with the youth coordinators. Alhamdulillah, we have 2 youth directors here, one for the brothers and one for the sisters. So, and the board, alhamdulillah, is also on board on this. So we are all putting all our resources, and I'll make myself available and accessible every Friday night for our youth to come and talk and discuss things, and even discuss personal matters. Sometimes the youth have their own personal issues that they want to find someone that they trust so they can talk about these personal issues. So hopefully we can provide this for our youth today. This is part of our strategy to build institutions, strong institutions, to attract our youth to be part of today and part of the future, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I hope you all support this effort. Inshallah, tonight after Maghrib, if you have any questions about this program, please contact me or contact the board members. And inshallah, we'll provide you detailed programs that we are inshallah planning to have here in this program very soon, inshallah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. عباد الله، اتقوا الله وأطيعوه، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم إنا نسألك رزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا، وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا، وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا. اللهم اجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير، واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث، يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث، يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث. اللهم أصلح لنا شأننا كله، اللهم لا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين ولا إلى أحد من الناس يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وشفاء من كل داء، ونسألك الغنى عن الناس يا رب العالمين وأرحم الراحمين. اللهم اشفنا واشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين، وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين، وانصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اللهم وحد كلمة المسلمين وارفع راية المسلمين. اللهم من أراد الإسلام والمسلمين بخير فوفقه إلى كل خير، ومن أراد الإسلام والمسلمين بشر فرد كيده إلى نحره، واجعل تدبيره تدميره، واشغله بنفسه وأهلكه كما أهلكت عادا وثمود. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت، وعافنا فيمن عافيت، وتولنا فيمن توليت، وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت. إنك تقضي بالحق ولا يقضى عليك، إنه لا يعز من عاديت ولا يذل من وليت. تباركت ربنا وتعاليت، ولك الحمد على ما قضيت، ولك الشكر على ما أنعمت به علينا وأوليت. نستغفرك ونتوب إليك، نستغفرك ونتوب إليك، نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل، ونعوذ بك من النار وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت، نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. صلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.